welcome to the Sci Tell Us TV show. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. We are broadcasting from Status Network through Live TV, the future of broadcasting. Sci Tell Us TV show. We broadcast on Roku, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Amazon, and a whole plethora of others. Wherever you want to watch any of the Sci Tell Us TV shows, go to any of those platforms and look up Sci Tell Us. And also you can go to Status Network through the app from the Play Store. Today is the Sci Tell Us Children's Talk It Out TV show. And today we have our co-hosts Cam'Ron Maxwell, Landon Rodriguez, and Emanuel Kilpatrick. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome. The Sci Tell Us TV show, Children's Talk It Out show, is a platform where children can talk about any and every topic that they desire to talk about. We take live callers. We have it where the boys can bring up any topic of discussion that they choose. No topic is off limits. We welcome your feedback. We welcome your participation. We welcome you coming into our studio audience. So today, guys, we're going to be discussing, what you say, likes and dislikes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to these gentlemen so they can have a fabulous time and a fabulous discussion. The Sci Tell Us Children's Talk It Out TV show. Okay, you guys, take it away.
Thank you, Sai. I would like to introduce our guests, me, Cam'Ron Maxwell, Landon Rodriguez, and Emanuel Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick. I said that right. All right. So, who wants to start off with the topic? Okay, no one? I'll start off.
Hold your mic, then.
Okay, something that I'm going to start off with dislikes. Something that I dislike are hypocrites. Because to me, hypocrites, if you're a hypocrite in general, I'm not saying that I dislike you in general, because I haven't met everybody in the world, and, there's no chance of me saying that, oh, hey, I don't like everybody in the world. No. I like all of you guys. But let's get to the topic.
Well, first of all, you know what I think you should also do is when you're going to talk about what you like and dislike, like you said, a hypocrite, let's first give a definition of what hypocrite is. Because everyone doesn't know the definition of all the words. So let's help them with that first. So define hypocrite for the Sci Tell Us fans.
So, in my opinion, a hypocrite is someone who says, like, when someone tells you to do something, or when someone tells you not to do something, but then they do it themselves. That's a hypocrite, in my opinion. So the reason why I dislike hypocrites, I want to give an example. Let's say you're in school, and let's just say perhaps you're talking to a friend, and everyone else is talking, and then the teacher gets on to you, and the whole class. Actually, that's not a good example. I'm sorry, I'm very shy.
I'll go.
Thank you.
So, dislikes we're talking about. Something I dislike is, I'd say, arrogant people. Now, arrogant, for some of y'all that don't know, arrogant is when you're overconfident or full of yourself, when you think you can do something and you brag on and on about it. Say, for example, you're at a basketball game and you're at a 5 versus 5, which is really what your usual standard basketball game would be. Say one of your teammates, they say that they're going to take the ball, they're going to stay a ball hog. Y'all heard of ball hogs, y'all basketball players, people that just keep the ball and never pass it and give the other people a chance to actually play. Well, that person usually thinks that they're going to win the game for us. Oh, I'm going to carry y'all to victory. And they just get very arrogant. Then, in the end game, your team's probably losing 47 to 3. One of your teammates only making a 3-pointer shot. Then he tries to say sorry and all this stuff, but then continuously does it. That's usually what arrogant people are. People that are continuously overconfident. And the reason I dislike it is because It just makes no sense to be arrogant for something that you know that, like, you think, but you don't know. You want to at least guarantee it so, you have a perspective of what's planned for, like, a basketball game. You want to be a team and not carrying the team on your back because everybody plays together.
I dislike when somebody gets mad at you when you did nothing to them. I dislike it because if you didn't do something, why are you getting mad at somebody and taking your anger out on them for something they didn't do? It makes no sense.
It really doesn't make sense. I like, and I would like to add to that. He's right. It doesn't make sense, to be honest. People that just get mad at you and they're just like, oh, I want to get mad at you for this and this, but you were just over there doing your own business, probably playing with a Rubik's Cube or just throwing a ball at the wall. People who just get mad at you, usually those people would probably be people that don't live in a good environment or are just very, have something they're going through. Because usually, like bullies, when they're bullying kids and, they're just, physically, emotionally, mentally, or, through Snapchat, Instagram, all those social platforms, usually they'll try to hurt that one person in some way when they didn't do anything because something's going through their life and they just want to feel better about themselves.
Yeah, and I totally agree with him. Because the topic of bullies is a very common topic, but a very important topic. And bullies are bullies. They pick on people for no reason. Cyberbullying, as Landon said, through social media, Instagram, Snapchat, etc., etc. And people who get onto you for no reason. That may also be considered as a bully, just as Emanuel said.
Yeah. Since we're still on the top of this, like, there's one more thing that I do dislike. I dislike, I'd say, I don't know how to put this, but, like, ungrateful people. See, usually on this Side Tell Us TV show, or at least when the kids come, it's usually, I think almost everyone in here goes to church, praise the Lord, and read the Bible. The pastor says what he thinks about God and says the things and explains why God did this or why other people did this in the Lord's name. Basically,
First caller. Let's go ahead and
welcome to the Side Tell Us TV show with the kids, with Cam'Ron Maxwell, Landon Rodriguez, and Emanuel Kilpatrick. What is your question?
Yes. So I know that you were discussing bullies. Can each one of you share a time where you've been bullied and had to speak up for yourself, or you had to speak up for a friend, and how did it make you feel?
As we did on the last topic, we did discuss bullies, and I had went through a bullying stage in one of my moments in one of my grade years, and one of my school years. But I would like to answer one of the other questions you said, how you spoke up for another friend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would like to say his name, so I'm not going to say his name. Let's say this kid, let's just say Jay. Yeah, let's just say Jay. So Jay is very short. He gets picked on a lot. And I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. In our band class, we're pretty good friends. And he's a really funny guy. He likes a lot of things. He's always upbeat. But sometimes he gets a little sad. Sometimes, I always try and help him out. I'm like, hey, dude, you okay? And we always joke around. And when other people mess with him, I'm like, hey, bro, just chill out. That's messed up. You don't need to do all that. That's unnecessary. So I try and stop them from doing that and just say, bro, leave him alone. He didn't do anything to you, so why bother him? So I just pull him away and say, look, man, those dudes didn't mean anything. They're just mad because you're better than them or something. They're just mad because any reason, because they might want your hair or something. That was not good.
But yeah.
But other stuff like that, like they might be jealous of them because, like, man, he has something that I don't have, and he probably feels good about himself. I feel really bad about myself, and I want to take my anger out on him because he's better than me. So I tell him that. He's like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. That really meant a lot to me. So we move on with class, and everything's better.
Thank you for sharing your story. And the other two boys, have you all either encountered bullying or had to stand up for a friend who was getting bullied? And how did you feel standing up for a friend?
So, so in third grade, my teacher, she will always pick on me, and she would act a certain way when my dad is there. But then when it's just me and the other students, she would be mean to me. She would tell me how I need to change my ways and tell me I'm not good enough.
It's really hurtful to hear that from someone who's supposed to be helping you.
Exactly.
That's great. Often when you hear bullying, one would think that it's someone within their own age, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting that you brought up being bullied by a teacher, because a lot of people don't think about that, being bullied by a superior, whether it's a teacher or someone in the workplace. So thank you for sharing that story, because a lot of people don't talk about that. So how did you confront the teacher, or how did you let the teacher know that how she was treating you made you feel bad about yourself?
Well, I had told my dad about it, and he handled it.
Mhm.
He didn't at first. He was kind of concerned and asked why would a teacher bully a student.
Right.
So he confronted her, and he wrote a letter to her and asking why was she doing it, why was she bullying me, and that was the end of it. She ever since then she stopped.
Which is great. I'm glad that you felt comfortable enough to talk to your parent about it, and they listened and they were able to confront the teacher. Did her attitude change towards you in a negative way, as if she had to be nice because you quote unquote got her in trouble, or she was able to understand how she was making you feel?
She was able to understand how she made me feel.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay. And the other gentleman, have you ever encountered bullying or had to stick up for a friend who was being bullied?
Let me think. I think there's been one time. One time when I was up north in Habersham, where I used to live. Basically, I went to the school, and life was good as a fourth grader. Being out there, looking at the world, and seeing how things would change right in front of my eyes. But as I know, there are people that want to take that away from you. And well, I think this is the first and only time it's happened. But he bullied me and tried to get on my case, saying, because we usually played out in the soccer field, and I'm guessing I had just some characteristics that other people didn't have, and that he wanted, or was at least jealous of the character. Because he probably just was jealous that he didn't have those characteristics and acted another way. So basically, he would bully me in soccer and say you can't play, and I was like, well, yeah. And that really hurt me a lot, because I like to play soccer, and it's my first time that I have ever been bullied, so I didn't really know what to do. But then after I say 14, 15 days, I just found out, I started ignoring him because, there was nothing else for me to do. So basically, basically, uh, when I started ignoring him, I found out that he would get mad and I wouldn't be the one disappointed, and I would, feel good about myself because I don't think any other kid would want to get bullied because, well, that's just not the right thing to do. This life is full of, well, I guess, unknown things in that world, but it's not good for someone to get picked on just because of the characteristics that they like. So I started
Right.
ignoring him, and then when he tried to, get me off of that ignoring topic, stop trying to ignore him, and he wanted me to actually pay attention to him, I stood up to him and said, bro, you need to stop, and you need to go and carry on with the rest of your life, and stop bullying these other kids like they're just play dolls, or dolls that you could just play with and pin a needle through, like they're just some of your toys that you could just use to take your anger out of. And, well, I just started ignoring him after that for a couple of days, and, well, things went on happily, and, well, I've never really got bullied after that.
That's excellent that you all were able to stand up for yourselves because so many children and adults, they do not have the courage to do so. So I definitely commend you all. You and Cam'Ron both mentioned that it appears as though, if I'm hearing correctly, the characteristics of a bully is someone who is jealous or wants something that the other person has, which is why they tend to pick on them. Why do you think some kids who are jealous or want something that the other person has, they act out differently? Like some people may, who are jealous, tend to become bullies, whereas other people who are jealous, like, oh, like, Kevin got a straight A, I'm jealous, so I'm going to strive to get an A next time on my test. What do you think the difference between the two are?
The difference between someone jealous and bullies other people because they are jealous, and between the person that says they're jealous because this person got something and they're going to try to strive for that same thing. Basically, I feel like the difference between that is the bully one, they are jealous for a different reason. They may be jealous of the same thing, but like they do something in another manner. So I feel like bullies, they just sometimes, lots of them grow up in a different environment than other people. So things that other people have, they've just learned to adapt to that, and they live in a better environment than the other bullies do. So they physically, emotionally, and mentally, like we said earlier, they do stuff because they want to feel good about themselves and want to let the other people down so they can feel like they're on top. But the people that wanna strive for the goal that the other person had, say Cam'Ron, got a straight A's and I had like 1B, and I wanted to get straight A's. I would strive for that goal, and that person would put hard effort instead of letting the other person down. So I'd say that's the difference between the two.
Right. I just have one more question, and anyone can answer, or everyone. So, say for example, you had a friend that was a bully, and you mentioned, sometimes a bully can grow up in, just different environments. Maybe they may not have enough, maybe they may have too much, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of variables as to why a person may become a bully. So if you had a friend that was a bully, like what would you tell your friend in order to encourage them not to bully other people?
You want to answer this one, Emanuel?
Yeah.
You want me to answer? Okay.
So I actually did have this one friend. During this school semester, his name was Jordan. He would pick on girls and boys because he felt like he wanted to do it. He wanted to do it. He did it because he was either jealous or either mad or even sad at that person, or because the person was better than him. And so one day I got tired of him picking on people, and I told him, look, you gotta stop picking on people and bullying them because you feel some type of way. You gotta stop this because what if somebody bullied you and made you feel that way? Or even if you have a younger sibling and they was bullied by an older kid, you wouldn't want them to be bullied by an older kid because they did nothing wrong, and it's not fair. It's not right.
Right. That's, and I definitely, again, I commend all of you young men for being able to stand up against bullies for yourself, and also, too, just as equally importantly, standing up against bullies for your friends and encouraging your friends who are bullies or may have the tendency to become a bully to, really encourage them not to do so. So, again, I definitely encourage all of you young men. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. Oh, and this is Cece from New York, by the way.
Oh, what's up?
I hope you all have a great night. Yes, hey. Hope you have a great night and continue to do great work. Thank you so much.
Thank
Nope.
you.
No problem.
Have a good night, Cece.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So, the next topic is on a higher note, the things that we do like. Anybody want to lead off on this one?
I'll
Take the
take
role?
it.
Go ahead.
So a thing that I do like, I like when you are nice to people, and you get your blessings off of that. I like that because when you do nice things to people, and you expect something does happen. You get your blessing. You get a blessing is like an example of a blessing is like when you're at like the gas station or you had got internet famous for blessing like a homeless person or a person who didn't have money at that time. So when you bless somebody, you don't really want to expect it. You really don't want to expect something back, because if you know what you're gonna get, you know what you're gonna get.
That's really good. Another thing that I like is good, warm-hearted people. People who always stay positive and are always nice to people. Because, as Emanuel said, they always get blessed for that. And they're not braggy about it. They don't say, oh, hey, look at me. I did something good. And because of that, I got rewarded. You did something good, but you didn't get rewarded. That's too bad. No. I like people who are selfless. People who put other people in front of themselves. Because those people always get rewarded, and they always stay warm-hearted, always helping other people, and they're just super, super humble, and that's a really good trait to have.
Tell me something, guys. As we know, this is the Cy Tell Us Children's Talk It Out TV show. So again, this is the Cy Tell Us Children's Talk It Out TV show. So tell me, what do you expect, or what do you want to accomplish by having this platform? And I'm hoping you all always come every fourth Tuesday. You're always welcome. Bring other friends for the studio audience. Invite your friends to call in and everything. But tell me, what do you want to accomplish by having this platform, the Talk It Out TV show? What's your point? What's your objective? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want this to do for others that are listening, that are calling in? Tell me, what do you want for this?
I'll take this, but something that I want to accomplish, and this is just my second day on this show, but it's been pretty fun, actually. The first day was pretty good, and what I want to accomplish, before I say that, I also, on the last one, if you saw it, the fourth Tuesday, there was a lot of people that were talking about bullying, and there was this, I think, it was an elementary teacher, and she was talking about what would be like a good confidence booster, how to be a good leader, and also how to stop bullying and stuff. Well, one thing that I want to accomplish is to teach kids that are watching this show. I want to teach them to never be afraid of someone that they think is quote unquote bigger and stronger than you, because you're unique in your own way. You should always think that, and you should always be proud of who you are and put in the effort if you want to do something. Say, for me, for instance, I want to be an engineer, but there are definitely going to be roadblocks on the way to victory to accomplish my goal.
As always.
And I just want to, I just want y'all to know to get through those goals, for me. Well, for me, an example, get through those bullies, and then, strive and work hard for what you want. So I want you to always know that it's good to learn and never be afraid. Just be alert, not anxious. Always be alert of the surroundings, but not anxious about what someone else could do to you. Just stay alert and not anxious. That's what I want others to learn.
Okay. To stay alert and be anxious.
Alert and not anxious.
And not anxious. And don't be afraid of those that are bigger than you.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone intimidate you or scare you, because the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah.
For me, something that I want people to learn from this show is to gain confidence. Confidence is a very important trait, as I said, about humbleness. But confidence is very good because even when you fall back down, you get right back up. You say, it doesn't matter what all these other people say. I'm going to do what I want and accomplish my dreams. While you guys are laughing at me, you're going to be laughing at me later in the future when I'm maybe a comedian or something, when I maybe did something good, You're going to be, oh, hey, good job for him, When he was younger, he did a lot of funny stuff and weird stuff too. But it all paid off because he was one of the hardest workers. And that's what I want to teach.
Work ethics.
Yeah, that's what I want people to learn from this show. To always have confidence, have good work ethics, and to never be afraid of anything. As Landon said, push through those goals, destroy those goals, because nothing can stand in your way from accomplishing your dreams.
Excellent. Okay, I like that. So you want them to maintain confidence, have good work ethics, and what was the third one?
Confidence.
Okay, well, I said confidence. Okay, excellent. I like that. And what do you want to say? What would you like to accomplish by having people watch the show? What would you like them to learn from this?
I want people to be humble.
Humble is good.
I want people to be humble because being humble is a great thing. A great thing to have as a characteristic.
Right.
And I want people who are watching this show to never give up. Chase after them dreams.
I like that. To never give up, and you said to chase your dreams?
Yes.
I like that. So would you all like to, what if people start looking at you guys as role models for setting the example and the standards? How would you feel about that?
That's a good thing.
Yes.
How is that a good thing?
It's a good thing because when somebody looking up to you, that means you're doing something right. And that means you're being a leader.
Yes, I love that. Excellent. I love that. And what do you guys say about that?
When someone thinks of you as a role model, as Emanuel said, it means you're doing a really good thing, that they look up to you. And it also means that you have very, very high expectations now. So when people look up to you, it not only grows people who look up to you, but grows the people that they look up to. Because if people look up to us, and that means we have higher expectations, and we need to build the good characteristics in ourselves, and we have to work way, way harder to rise those goals, to rise those traits, and all those bad traits, just push them right down below our feet.
Yeah, and that's all of us. We all have to suppress something that would keep us off track for whatever we're trying to accomplish. And, okay, you guys are in the 7th grade, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means you have 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. You have 5 more years and a few months, and then you'll be finished with high school. So have you gentlemen thought about where you're going to go after high school? What's your plan? What's your 4-year plan after high school? What's your 10-year plan after high school? Meaning, where do you plan on being at 28? Where do you plan on being at 25? Where do you plan on being at 30, 35? Have you guys thought about that? Because believe me, those little 5 years are gonna be much quicker than the 12 years that you've already lived. And I know it sounds like a long way away, but what are your plans to think about preparing for your future as an adult? Because again, in 5 years, it's gonna be exciting as it is now, but even more exciting because you'll be an adult beginning to embark upon a journey that whatever you basically do those next few years can set the tone and the standard for your life for the next 10, 20, 30 years. So have you guys even thought about that? What are your goals and what are your plans?
I've definitely thought about that. Starting at I think the end of 6th grade, I've really been thinking and looking forward into being more or less an electrical engineer or some type of engineer.
Okay.
My plan after high school, well, actually, it starts in high school. Basically, what I want to do is I want to try, work hard before high school, and then maybe when I get up to 10th grade, that hard work will pay off. And why it will pay off is because I'm trying to go into dual enrollment and try to do college while high school and try to get my bachelor's degree, which gives me a chance to cut that time after high school when I go to college to have only, I think, one more year of my bachelor's degree and be done with college. But then my other plan is trying to get into Georgia Tech with all that hard work that I put in and get my electrical engineer's degree and get that. And then I think I'll be off to try to get a job. And by that time, I'll probably try to start a family and stuff. And yeah, that's basically my plan.
Excellent plan. You have it well thought out. Excellent. And have you thought about that, Emanuel?
Yeah. So actually, I wanna play in a professional, the National Association, National Association basketball. I'm gonna be a basketball player.
Excellent. What team do you want to play for? Have you thought about that?
The Los Angeles Lakers
Okay, that's
or
a good team.
or the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
And I also want to have growth in my business by, say, 11th grade, and also want to by 22, I wanna be a well-known actor.
Okay, excellent. So you like to act as well?
Yes.
What parts have you played in already?
Well, right now, when you start off, you gotta do background work.
Okay, and what does background work mean? What is that?
Background work is it's extra, but you still get people can still see you in some scenes.
It's like you're in the background of the main action.
Yeah.
Okay. It may not be a speaking part, but they could see you walking by or drinking, having a hamburger, drinking a soda, or anything. Just like whenever you're watching a movie and you see all the people in the background doing whatever they're doing, that's background.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And you like that? Okay,
Yes.
cool. I bet those are a lot of nice experiences in different type of films you get to be on and meet all type of people in different type of costumes and everything. I know that's interesting. Cool beans. Well, you got it laid out. And you, Mr. Cam'Ron?
For me, I have thought about it, just not as deeply as Landon has, because he has about every single step thought out.
That's excellent, though. It's okay to plan.
It's great to plan. I haven't thought it out as much as he has,
That's okay.
but
As long as you guys think about it.
yeah, it's like the usual college plan. But I do want to be a construction worker when I grow up. I want to be able to build my own items, but to do that, I have to go to high school and work very, very hard, especially in math, because in construction you're doing a lot of geometry, link, width, height, all that stuff, and you're having to place it inside of a certain area, which would be like the perimeter, and you would have to put a certain area inside of a certain wall. You have to place it in, and if it doesn't fit, then you have to redo that whole entire section. So geometry is a very, very important role in being a construction worker.
Yes. Architecture.
So my plan is just to go to college, get a bachelor's or a master's degree. Master's degree preferably, but I would settle for a bachelor's degree because a degree in general is a great thing. It means you went to school and tried very, very hard. You did your best, but a master's degree is one of the top. And I want to get a master's degree.
Excellent, excellent.
And to start off small, I would probably work at some place small while I'm in high school, like at a Quick Trip or something like that, just to get started off.
Right.
And I would help my parents with the bills and stuff because it's always a good thing. I want to help out with the family.
Right, right.
And then
Always give
during
back.
high school, always give back. And then during high school, I would have that job. And then I would go all the way up to college, where I would be mastering, trying to be a construction worker, mastering math and geometry. And from there on, I would just roll it out from there.
Okay, okay.
Try my best to be a construction worker.
Okay, so what else do you guys want to talk about? What's on your mind? What have you noticed on TV, in the media, at school, in your neighborhoods, in your city, your state, your country? What else? What do you guys want to talk it out? What do you want to talk about?
There's sadly this.
Give it back to you guys.
There's one thing that immediately came to my mind that is actually a very bad thing, but it's a topic that would be necessary to talk about, and I'm pretty sure that it's kind of I'm just gonna say what it is. The coronavirus started off in China. I'm not trying to throw any hate or anything. But the coronavirus started out in China. I don't really know all that much deep into it, but I know that it's a very, very rare disease that is very contagious, and that's why, like, the 7 people on Earth who actually do have it are quarantined with maximum protection.
I want to add to that. So, he's right. Coronavirus started in China, Wuhan, China. Well, and also stated as the Wuhan coronavirus. But actually, on the planet, there are 4,000 plus people that have the coronavirus, mostly in Wuhan, because that's where it originated. And based on my intel on it, a farmer got it from a rare Chinese animal, and it had a disease. Now, this is not to say you shouldn't keep your animals away, or you should be anxious of your animals or alert with your animals, but it just what originated in that one animal. Then usually, because the coronavirus can spread in many different ways: contact, wind, water sources, and also through blood. So basically, I'm guessing in contact, the farmer went to go pet it and stuff, and it spread it onto the farmer, spread it onto other people, and it just started spreading. So yeah, but also to add more to that coronavirus, there's this one very good thing that this guy on YouTube says. His name is Dr. Mike. Y'all should go check him out if y'all like hospital doctor, nursing characteristic stuff. He says this one phrase that really puts it into perspective of how to deal with it. Alert, not anxious. And I use that a lot because it's good in almost a lot of cases when you want to deal with something, something that's ideal and very alerting. You want to really stay alert, not anxious, because if you're anxious, you're worried. If you're worried, your brain is focused on that one thing instead of your surroundings. But if you're alert, you have that on your mind, but you stay with your current surroundings and keep that as a main priority as well, and not as your main priority. So I like to say Alert, Not Anxious by Dr. Mike on YouTube. But yeah.
That is a very good wrap up for the coronavirus. That's a good way to describe it. Any other topics that we would like to talk about?
What about girlfriends? Y'all have any girlfriends?
No. Oh, nah, I'm good.
Nah.
I plan on getting
tell
one
me
in
about
high
your
school.
friend girls. I mean, why don't you have girlfriends? You think you're too young? You're too. I mean, you think you're too young for that?
I actually have a good thing on this. Why I don't have a partner, I guess you could say, or a girlfriend,
Bruh.
but
Oh, I don't have a partner.
but why I don't have one is
Put your mic down.
oh
Here.
what are you going to where are you going to take her? What are you gonna do? Like I plan on getting a girlfriend in high school because I'll actually probably have a job, probably have a car by then, and I'll probably actually be settled and have money to actually get her something.
Really, cause
Where else are you gonna take her? Goodwill?
yeah, like if you're in seventh,
What's wrong with Goodwill?
I mean, like you're in seventh
Out
grade,
there.
and then you're trying to ask a girl out. You're like, hey, will you go out to dinner with me? Where you gonna take her? Take her to McDonald's, go through the drive-through, you know.
Take her off the corner of that gumball machine that only takes 25 cents? Where else are you gonna take her?
Facts. Where are you supposed to take her? So you want to get a girlfriend. I'm not saying
It's
that.
a priority.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a girlfriend. Can we? Okay, I'm just gonna. I feel uncomfortable talking about this.
We're not saying that you shouldn't have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
but
This,
it's not a main priority.
yeah.
But if you want to start a family or something, you know what I mean? You
When
can
you're
get
older.
a girlfriend. Yeah,
You're
when you're
older.
older and when you're actually settled with money, you know,
At least after high school.
at least get settled.
Right.
But then again, you will, if you are planning on college and stuff, just try to plan something out. Just not in middle school.
Like, come on.
And they can also be annoying sometimes.
Dang. But
Girls can.
Dang.
Dang.
There's so much
I
shit.
mean,
It's
I
one
guess
girl in my class.
drama.
It's this one girl at my school.
Hold the mic up. Keep your mic right
It's
there.
this one girl at my school. She says my names. She say my name like 1,000,000 times a day, and it gets on my nerves.
What is she asking you questions, or she just calling your name?
She's calling my name.
I guess she likes the way it sounds.
That's tough.
Cool. Now we're getting a couple of comments from viewers, and one of the viewers who says intelligent and sweet young men, excellent show, and then that was from Cece Mignon, and then Lotus Richie. She said this is great information. Having a strategic plan for your future must begin early. Our children must be focused as they are bombarded with outside distractions, and each child needs a positive and strong mentor. Very important. I agree with that. You guys think we need mentors in life?
yes.
Yes.
And what is a mentor, first of all? Let's
So-
define a mentor.
Someone who would take you in the right path, down the right direction.
Okay. And do we need mentors in our lives?
Yes, because you can also learn from them.
Yes.
You can also learn from their mistakes that they made in the past.
Because you're always going to need someone to look up to.
Right, and we're all going to make mistakes, but as we get older and wiser, we make less impactful mistakes, meaning things that won't change our lives down such a path that mistake was so gigantic that it just took things off the course. And then also, Cece Mignon is saying the coronavirus has actually been around for years. It's just now making the news as many people are catching it and dying from the virus. And I believe that. But yeah, that is so good to make a plan and everything. So, but as far as girls are concerned, we don't have any of them right now. So what other topics do you guys want to talk about tonight?
Probably gaming.
Yeah, we could do gaming.
Okay. And when you say gaming, you gotta tell us what you mean by that.
Okay.
Gaming is a console or video game that you play. You can plug it up to a TV.
Okay.
I guess more on gaming. Like Emmanuel said, you can play it on console, but you can also play it mobilely, and you can or computer, and you can play it on. You can play with other friends,
Or even in the car.
or even the car.
Yeah,
You can play it in the airplane on airplane mode, probably. I think so, depending
Yeah,
on how
they
high
have
your
game-
altitude is.
Yeah, they have games on. I think they have games on the little airplane.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but those are only for like super long flights. Like 2 and 3 hour flights, they don't have that. They're just like
Okay, 2 and 3 hours, y'all are good. Y'all don't need no TV or nothing. Y'all good. But for like
They
7
still
and
probably have like
Right.
TVs, but they probably don't have like
yeah,
games.
just not a lot of planes have them. But then for like 7 and 8 hour flights, you're like, okay, y'all deserve a little TV. Y'all got like a 7 and 8 hour flight. It's kind of respectable. So here's a TV.
Also, to give more intel on gaming, there's this one game called Among Us. Very fun game. But I don't really want to get into detail with it. But it is a game that you can play. It is a game you can play locally with your friends. If you had a friend's number or something, you can type in. You can go into a game, and that your other friend, you can text them the code, call them, and tell them a code. They type that code in, and then y'all both are in, and it's a pretty fun game. It's just one of those games you can play with your friends. Also, Fortnite, Call of Duty Online,
Of course. Fortnite.
and yeah, I know some of y'all play Fortnite. Don't lie. Don't even lie. And then you also got Minecraft, one of the best games out there.
Yes, sir.
Like you have to put Minecraft. Minecraft has been like 3 straight years on that book of gaming. You already know Minecraft's there. It's probably on the front cover of like 2011 to 2013.
Popular since 2012.
Yep. And yeah, that's basically some intel on gaming. So yeah.
I think the best game out there is 2K, NBA 2K.
NBA 2K is a pretty fun game.
It is.
Is that a basketball game?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
NBA
2K, NBA 2K. It's a game where you can play My Career, where you basically My Career is you able to simulate through a career or see how NBA players have their careers. And some of the vocabulary on 2K is green light, bot. Those are the two you most use.
Phrases.
Yeah.
So it's like a basketball game where my career would be a simulation of you creating your own character.
Well, it's a lot of different modes. You have My Career, you have Play Now, you have 2KU, you have my I think it was called my team. Yeah, my team and my league. Those are the modes.
Yeah. Another popular game would also be Madden. Madden's an NFL game,
Yeah.
football game. It's like NBA 2K, just football. You got
Yeah.
a career. You can you have a career. You can play as your team that you like. You
You
can play
actually-
practice mode. You can do gauntlets and actually go over the basics and drills of how football works and that stuff.
You actually start off as a college player and get drafted. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool simulation.
Same. Well, last year simulation of 2K, you started off in the G League or the D League,
Yeah.
as some may want to call it.
Okay, so you guys give me some closing remarks. Tell me how you enjoyed the Talk It Out TV show. What can we do to get more participation from our friends in the audience? And tell me what you want us to do for the next show.
What should we do for the next show? Obviously, well, get more participants. The more the merrier, as the saying goes. But how to get those participants?
Yes.
I'd say you would encourage your participants. Now, some shy people, there are lots of shy people actually out there. And those shy people, sometimes they think they'll get made fun of. Just to say, if you want to be on the show, but you think you're going to get made fun of by some other kids, maybe at your school, that know about this, don't worry about them. If they make fun of you, they're just mad because they can't be on a TV show like you are.
Facts.
Like, you're getting the popularity with, like, almost 100 overviews, and they probably post a picture of them wearing shades with their dogs that only get 36 views. So just embrace the moment, and just call in, see what we can do, and we can, of course, put you in. More the merrier.
Game.
Right, and if they can't come to the studio, then they can actually call in as well.
And we can put you on, and we can put you on that knowledge.
Say it again.
I said, and we can put you on that knowledge.
Yes, exactly.
And surprisingly, we've only had one caller so far.
Yeah, the last time we had like 3-4 callers, and we still had people wanting to call in, but we were talking and
We
stuff.
had heck of
That's
callers.
okay. And that's part of life. See,
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get the highs and the lows.
Yep.
But you don't let that deter you from what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
And as I always say, try anything and everything as long as it's legal and safe.
Yeah.
You don't want to get hurt doing anything. Of course, we don't want to break the law doing anything.
Yeah, definitely not.
I just hope that they can hear you, because you don't have a mic.
Oh, I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
I know how to project pretty good. And then if they can't, that's okay. It's not about me on the Children's Talking Out TV show. It's all about you guys.
Also, one other thing that we should do on other shows is work on our mic angle, because our mics have been doing this so far, and I don't know if y'all can hear that.
Right,
But,
but
like-
we'll know after we listen to this show.
Yeah.
When we leave, we can look at, rewind it back, and we'll immediately know
Definitely.
where the position of the mic needs to be in the future when we're in here.
Yes.
And then, but you guys just gotta be aware of that. Okay, well, again, you guys wanna, take us out, tell us about the next show that's gonna be coming up.
Okay, so
It's every fourth Tuesday. So that next show is gonna be March 24th.
thank you guys for watching the Side TV show, broadcasted by Live TV, Status Network.
Kilpatrick Jr.
I'm sorry. Right. So thank you guys for watching the Status TV show, broadcasted by Live TV. And we thank you guys, and we appreciate you guys. See you next time.
Peace.
Have a safe night.
Bye, guys.